Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into AFT, Aussie's Fragrance Talk. My name is Austin, and today I want to be talking about KILLIAN Black Phantom. Shout out to Neil for sending me the decan of this. I actually really like this. I've given it a wear a couple times now, so this isn't going to be an in-depth impression. This is kind of going to be a revisiting first impression type thing since I only got it a few days ago. And I wanted to make this video in particular because I have some kind of weird association to the smell of this one that I wanted to share. And any of you that have tried it, I want to see if you can see what I mean when I say this. So, KILLIAN Black Phantom, I think I read that it was a 2017 release, if I'm not mistaken. And up until a few days ago when I got these, the only KILLIAN that I had ever smelled was Angel Share. So Neil sent me Straight to Heaven and Black Phantom per my request. So thank you again. And they are both really nice. I think I actually like Straight to Heaven more, which I'll talk about that one in a later video. But Black Phantom is also really good. This is a kind of coffee gourmand smell, but it is different than what I was expecting based on what I had read or seen reviews about. And I guess I'll just get right to it. This smells like a Bitto honey candy to me. I'll put a picture on screen if you, for some reason, don't know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like an old school, like nutty, slightly sweet, kind of like honey tasting candy. Really good for getting stuck in your molars and being disgusting in that regard. But I actually really like that candy. And I find that this is a very wearable gourmand. It doesn't get to the neighborhood of being cloying. I think it is present. It seems like it has really good longevity for what it is. Projection is pretty moderate, I would say. But it doesn't feel like I'm just dousing myself in something that I would just eat. Like it's... And I don't think that most gourmands are like that. I feel like that's kind of a misconception maybe of gourmands, is that they're just straight up food or sweets or ice cream or something, which I know those exist. But I feel like a large majority of them are a bit more grounded, like KILLIAN Black Phantom. So I have the dry down on my arm, but I'm going to respray on the strip to get the opening and kind of tell you what I'm smelling. Yeah, straight up Bitto honey. Like I said, I know that this is a coffee fragrance, is what people say. And I know coffee's a note in it. But I get this Bitto honey candy, which I really like. I really do. It's just the reality of it is that it's not something that I would generally reach for, mostly because of the climate that I live in, where it's warmer. Except for the last few days, it's been kind of cold, but it's something that in the colder, like fall, winter time in the northern hemisphere, this would be really nice for just kind of a cozy scent. I don't know if you could wear this a kind of formal occasion, kind of trying to step out a little bit and have something that's artistic, but I feel like I have fragrances that could do that better. In my opinion, this is kind of you just want to hang out, be cozy, have a kind of mysterious vibe about you, and just smell cool. And also like a Bitto honey. I mean, I say that and it sounds like I'm saying that in a negative way, but I'm not. So I am looking at the notes right now, at least what's listed on Fragrantica, and I can kind of attribute what I'm smelling note-wise to that Bitto honey accord, as I'll call it. So first and foremost, I'm thinking that the almond and heliotrope combination of obviously almond, whatever they're using for that, plus heliotrope has a kind of almondy sweet vibe, plus this caramel, sugarcane, and vanilla, and tonka, and chocolate. I'm guessing, and that's basically the entire fragrance, right? So I feel kind of disingenuous saying that, but I feel like the combination of that is giving me that sensation, that kind of that vibe to it. I see that there's rum as a listed note in this too. I don't really get booze in this at all. I think that this one is kind of hard to pick out certain notes in it, maybe besides just kind of the sweet, sugary kind of side of it. Like I said, I get Bitto honey candy. Take a shot every time I say Bitto honey. You'll probably be drunk and disorderly right now, but it smells good. It really does. I'm not going to pretend and say that I'm cherry picking out the dark chocolate or I get a distinct rum note. It's very boozy. I don't. But I'll be damned if it doesn't smell like a bit of honey. And I mean that in the best way possible. I find that this one is pretty linear. Even on my arm here, which that was kind of awkward because I have the camera right here, or sorry, the microphone right there. But it stays pretty linear on my skin anyway, which isn't a bad thing either. I feel like it's kind of on par for what I've smelled from Killian so far. Straight to Heaven was pretty linear, but like I said, I like that one more. And then Angel's Share is definitely linear. I don't find that one really changes much at all. Maybe just some of the spiciness going away kind of as it dries, but this one, I like it. I would assume that kind of as it dries, maybe that dark chocolate facet will come out a little bit more. But overall, I would say this is a solid one. I'm glad I have the decant of it. I'm glad I've experienced it. I find both of the Killians that Neil sent me to be more interesting than the one I own, which is Angel's Share, just because I found another kind of take on Angel's Share that I think I prefer at this stage. So I might be looking to honestly trade my bottle for one of those, like I've mentioned, either Straight to Heaven or Black Phantom. I think this is a very wearable gourmand. I think it's pleasant. I don't think you're going to put people off by wearing this. I don't think that it's overpowering. I think that, like anything, you could overspray it and be annoying, honestly, but you could do that with pretty much any cologne. So I won't knock it for that. I think that it's pretty moderate projection, decent longevity from my wearings on it. It's pretty linear, but who cares? It smells really good. The only thing that I would say is I think the price on these is actually pretty high. I'm going to imagine it's probably in like the $150 to $170 range for a 50 mil, which isn't cheap, right? But it's also not the worst thing in the world in the grand scheme of niche perfumery. So overall, I think Killian Black Phantom is actually a pretty good release, and I look forward to wearing it more. I just wanted to kind of share my brief impressions on it and let you guys know what I think of it, and I'm going to continue to do so for the rest of these decants that Neil has been kind enough to send me. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment. Have you smelled this? Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Drop your scent of the day. Interact with me. I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new, share the video with someone else that may find me entertaining. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.